Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests and fellow people who want to be successful, I'm here today to give you a lesson that can change the way you think, inspire you to be great, and lead you to a life full of plenty. You're now on a journey to learn more about yourself, gain power, and master your money. Before you do anything else, I want you to keep your mind and heart open to what's possible. Because of a scarcity mindset, limiting beliefs, and self-doubt, many of us have been stuck for too long. But today is a turning point, a time of awareness and freedom. I want you to let go of the chains of failure and think like a millionaire as we start this journey together. Not because of outside events or a lucky break, but because of a big change in how we think, believe, and act. As you can see, the way to wealth and success is not just for a few people. Anyone who dares to walk it can get there. To go down this road, you need to be brave, determined, and fully committed at all times. But most importantly, it's a road that starts inside us, in the halls of our minds and in the depths of our souls. So let's start this trip with an open mind and an open heart. Let's question what is already true, go against the odds, and change the story of our lives. Right now, we're on the edge of what's possible, ready to take charge of our lives and make plans for a future full of plenty and happiness. We can find the keys to success, use the power of our minds, and bring out the hidden potential in all of us if we work together. So I want you to come with me on this life-changing trip as we set out to become millionaires in both money and mind. Now is the time for change, and we have the power to make our lives better. A lot of people start their lives with nothing. To give you an example, in the United States, almost all of the money that is in circulation was made by the first generation. It mostly came from selling professional skills or a heritage that was built through hard work. To make money, you should always look for ways to make what you do more valuable. Choose to give more than you take, add more than you take. Always do more than what is asked of you for the money you get, and always go a little further with your work. Hill once said, "No one can prevent you from giving more than you are paid to do. And if you go beyond in everything you do, you will soon be in paradise." Keep in mind that there will never be traffic jams on that extra road. What can you do to make your work better? Follow the three-part rule. First, write down everything you do at work over the course of a week or month. The number of jobs you add could be 10, 20, or 30, and range in difficulty. Second, look over your list and ask yourself, which item on this list would be the most useful to my business or career if I could only do one thing all day? People who work in sales are asked what they could do to double their income the most. Third, once you know what action makes your work the most valuable, ask yourself again, what would be the second thing on my list if I could only do two things all day? Fourth, once you know your two main jobs, ask yourself again, what would be the third thing on my list if I could only do three things all day? Most of the time, the three things you do together will make up 90% or more of the value you bring to your work. What is the rule of three? To be successful, you should focus on three important tasks and spend as much time as possible getting better at each one. Third step, open your own business. These days, about 80% of self-made riches own their own businesses. They started with very little or nothing, but they worked hard to build something. And as business owners, they did very well. Today, you should decide to start your own business. Things will start to happen, even if you're an independent business owner. You create a field of energy when you start your own business that will bring opportunities into your life that will help you run the business. Know this. You need to sell something to start a business. When people first start, they are often shocked by how long it takes to talk to other people to get them to buy their goods or services. A lot of people give up on their projects because they're scared to sell them. What if you're afraid to sell? Think that your fear is just because you don't know how to do it. But that's also true when you're juggling knives or flying. You can reach your financial goals even if you don't have a skill that you could learn. You can learn how to sell well by taking a course, reading a book, or going to a meeting. To start a business, I need to find something I can sell for more than I paid for it. Why is that? In the past, all great fortunes began here. You can learn all the skills you need to run a business, make sales, and find resources. No one learns how to do everything at the start, like make a business plan, analyze the market, write ads, make a budget, figure out costs and prices, and promote the business. But you can learn anything. No one knows everything at first. It takes time for people to learn. You'll be great faster if you learn things quickly. You can use a sales or business skill again and again once you've learned it. British businessman Richard Branson was once asked what he thought about this subject. It's pretty much the same. Anyone can start and grow a business once they understand the basic steps. You can then use those steps to start many more businesses. Branson has tried his hand at music, planes, hot air balloons, and building resorts. He follows the same rules over and over, like they are molds. If he does them again and again and succeeds, you can too. Also, remember that each time you use a skill for business or getting resources, you get better at it. You do better work and make fewer mistakes. As I said before, 90% of people who start their own businesses succeed if they have experience. He can do this because he knows how to do it. Startups that have never run a business before end up going out of business. Try to learn as much as you can about business from all the information you can get your hands on, not just before you start the business, but all the way through your job. Step 4, have guts and skills. Right now, the most valuable things are also the ones that will help you start and grow your own business, strength and bravery. Everyone starts out with not much guts or skill, but keep in mind that doing what you're afraid of makes you brave, and using a skill you're not very good at makes you better at it. This is very important for you to understand because a lot of people think it this way. I'll make the call as soon as I feel good enough about myself. I'll do it when I feel brave and strong. No. That's not how things work. People must first do the things they are afraid of. That's how brave people get. An awful lot of people think, I'll get to work on it as soon as I feel comfortable calling possible buyers or people we already have. No, though. It gets better over time. At first, you just do things, even if you're not very good at them. Being smart about what you sell and who you sell it to is a key part of being successful in business. Start with the same question we do. Who is your customer when someone knocks on the door? Why should someone buy something? What does he think is important? You should know who your customers are and why they buy from you. What specific perks do you want your customer to get from your service or product? It should be clear to the customer what they will get from your ads and presentations. Lack of clarity is the main reason why sales fail, because if the potential buyer doesn't fully understand, it makes it harder to close the deal. The buyer says, "Let me think about it," which is another way of saying goodbye for good because he isn't sure what he will get out of buying your product or service. What makes the life or work of your customer better with your product or service? Always keep in mind that psychology studies have shown that customers buy based on how they feel after the sale. To put it another way, they want to know what would happen if I bought your product or service. It's important for the customer to clearly picture himself in a better position in the future. After making the purchase, you are giving him something that will make him better off than if he spent his money on something else. I'm going to ask you some things. How come people don't buy from you? What is stopping them if it's clear that your service or product is right for them? Why do they say no? What do they think, and why does that make them delay? You could even double your sales and income, build a great business, and become financially free if you could find and fix the problem. In what ways do you compete? What makes your customer want to buy from them? From the point of view of your customer, how do they see it? What's better about what the rival has to offer? How could you figure this out? How to make your competitor's edge less strong? What your rivals sell can be switched out for something you do better. How is your value offering different from other ones? In this case, I mean something that only you can give a customer that makes them want to pay for it. What gives you an edge over your competitors? What makes your service or product better than those of your competitors? What do you do really well? What makes your service or product better than all the others? All of these questions are important for business growth. You won't be able to make an ad, make a good business presentation, or even find your customers if you don't know what makes your product or service special. When you first start your business, you should spend 80% of your time and energy on sales and getting new customers. Businesses that do well all have one thing in common. They make a lot of money. Things that fail, on the other hand, don't sell much. Start small and test carefully and step by step if you don't have a lot of money at first. Step 5, pay attention to your cash flow. Grow your business until it makes money and has cash flow. To start the journey, you don't have to risk everything or sell your house and car. You can begin with a small business and little money. And as you go along, you can learn the skills you need. Write down everything you do in great detail. Know where your money goes and where it comes from at all times. A lot of new businesses think they're making a 100% return when they buy something for 50 cents and sell it for $1. They're shocked to find that they are losing money at the end of the month. This is because they didn't think about the cost of gas, rent, utilities, food, shipping, their own pay, and other costs. Some business owners don't understand that they can go out of business even with a 100% markup. You should know where your money goes and where it comes from. I think you should make a list. Write down every dollar you earn and spend. All of this is important for the base of your accounts. Get an online accounting system, even better, and make sure that all of your data is added to it every day. Pay attention to how much money you'll make after taking out all of your costs. Make sure that the work and money you're putting into something is worth it. Look at the cash flow. Good cash flow, which is another name for this number, is the most important number in any business. This flow is like blood and air getting to the brain of your business. If the money stops coming in for a while, your business could shut down overnight. Always keep this in mind and pay close attention to it. Don't lose money. That's the first rule of business. A very rich person once said that he had 2 rules. The first was to never lose money, and the second was to always follow the first rule if you felt like giving up. When you lose money, you also lose the time it took to make it. That's why it's better for your money to stay in the bank and earn interest. That being said, it's not just about the money, it's also about time. The weeks, months, and even years of our lives are also up for grabs. As I wrap up my speech, I want to leave you with one last thought. The path to becoming a millionaire starts with a single step, but it continues with consistent action, unwavering confidence, and unwavering determination. Remember that the path ahead may be hard and full of setbacks and hurdles, but it is also full of chances and rewards for those who are brave enough to follow their dreams. As you leave today, I want you to take with you the fire of inspiration, the spark of possibility, and the determination to go after your goals in a brave and determined way. Make a promise to develop the attitude of a millionaire, one of plenty, optimism, and strength. Accept that failure is a step towards success, that setbacks are chances to learn and grow, and that challenges are tests of your character and determination. Most importantly, never lose sight of your goal. Stay strong in your resolve and settle for anything less than the amazing life you were meant to live. For within you lies the power to build the life of your dreams, to achieve financial independence, and to leave a legacy that will endure for generations to come. So go forth, my friends, and take the day. Transform your attitude, unleash your potential, and claim the abundant life that awaits you. And remember, the journey to becoming a millionaire starts not with the size of your bank account, but with the richness of your thoughts, the depth of your beliefs, and the strength of your actions. Dare to dream, dare to hope, and dare to become the millionaire you were always meant to be.